Did you know your level of success in every area of your life will rarely exceed and usually parallel your level of personal development? Personal development has changed my life. And in this episode, I'm going to teach you how it can change yours too.
You are now listening to LadyBoss Unplugged, where you will get inspired, empowered, and pumped up to take action on your health, your goals, your life, and your dreams. For more, go to ladyboss.com/unplugged. This is your host, Molly Richards. Now let's get this party started.
Welcome to Lady Boss Unplugged. This is your host, Molly Richards, and I am so happy you are here with me today. Oh my gosh, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm having so much fun hosting this podcast. And can I just give you a quick shout out? Yes, you who is listening to this. Thank you. Like, I have jazz hands going up right now if you're watching this video. I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for your love, for your reviews, for your shares. Oh my goodness. I appreciate you. We appreciate you more than words can say. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Oh my goodness. And if you're thinking of friends right now who are like, you know, she would love this podcast, to share it with her, share the link, share the episodes. Oh my gosh. I love when you message me and tell me that, oh my gosh, I shared this with my sister. I thought of her when I was listening to the podcast, or with a friend. And I've just seen so much. Also, thank you for your reviews. Like, I get teary. I'm actually crying reading some of them. My husband's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? When I'm reading them, I'm like, no, this is amazing. This is why we have this podcast, is to help you live a better, happier, more productive, more successful, healthy, happy life. And so thank you. I am beyond grateful for you. So welcome to Lady Boss Unplugged. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited about this topic because personal development for the win. I always say that. And I want to share with you why personal development is so important, the benefits of it, and how you can replace a bad habit with this and bring this into your routine, bring this into your life. I promise you, like, I can almost guarantee that when you have personal development in your life and you make it part of your daily life, you will change in such a beautiful way, So I'm going to share this with you. This is a quote from Jim Rohn. I don't know if you've ever heard of Jim Rohn, but he's amazing. You can look up his videos on YouTube, and I just love his voice. I love the way he talks. He's very inspiring, but he shared this and I loved it. He says, just like I said at the beginning, the opening of this podcast, our levels of success will rarely exceed our level of personal development, because success is something we attract by who we become. Can I repeat that again? I just want to repeat the second part. Success is something we attract by who we become. We should always be becoming a different person. Like, we should always be growing. We should always be evolving. We should always be changing. And we should always be learning so that we can become the next best version of who we are. I preach that all the time, but I firmly believe it. And I know it, actually, because when I learned about personal development, first, shared this before, I was like, what? Development, personal, what's happening? I have to fit one more thing in my life. When I learned about how important personal development was and how I should incorporate it in my life, I kept thinking, I don't have time for this. I'm scared. Like, what does this entail? Oh my gosh, like all these things. And then I just decided, okay, I'm going to listen to an audio book. I'm going to read a little every day, even though at the time my kids were very young. But I decided just to wake up early every morning and read. And I started to become more confident. I will share all the benefits of social media in a minute, but my personal story, I love to share a little bit of personal story because I want you to know that I am right here with you. I am alongside you, trying to become my best self and to get over fears and to get over all the things that hold me back. Just like you, we have things that try to hold us back. And if we can have a leg up and we have personal development to give us that, oh my gosh, let's go all in. I hope you will go all in with me. But it is so true that our level of success in life rarely exceeds and usually parallels our level of personal development. So right now, you might be wondering, like, what exactly is personal development, Molly? you might know, but I'm going to review that with you real quick. That's cool. Personal development can be in the form of self-help books, okay, or self-help, personally, like self-help courses, online courses. Have you ever signed up for one of those? Those are amazing. Personal development is also in podcasts, which are free, which is this. This is considered a personal development podcast for you. Also, Audible books. You can get books on CD, books on tape if you still have a tape player. But definitely Audibles from your phone. I listen to an Audible, a personal development Audible, every time I warm up at the gym and I hop on the treadmill for 11 minutes. Don't ask me why 11 minutes, but that's how long I warm up on the treadmill. And that's just like a little bonus of my personal development, because I will share with you when I'm doing my personal development each morning in just a minute. But it is in the form of Audible books as well. Also, you like an old school book, like I said, but picking up a book, dog earing it, scribbling in it. That's what I do in my books. But personal development is literally 30 minutes a day reading or listening and learning something new, getting inspired, getting motivated, just working on your heart, your soul, your brain, so that you can become, like I said, the best version of you. So personal development is huge. It is amazing. So I want to ask you, I always have questions for you, because I want this podcast to be like, we're chatting, we're hanging out, we're engaging with each other. And so my question for you is, are you investing time each day into developing you? Into developing you. If not, hey, today is going to be the day where you're like, okay, I'm convinced, Molly, I want to do this. I want to invest in me. I want to become the best version of me. And like I said, I learned about personal development probably, I would say, my gosh, 18 years ago, maybe 20. Oh my gosh, I'm that old, yes. But it is, a friend of mine told me, like, listen to this Audible. Listen to it. It wasn't an Audible at the time. I apologize. It was a book on CD. Listen to this in your car. And I started to, and each day I was just like, gosh, I feel so much better. I'm not letting those doubts in my mind get in there, and I'm not feeding the weeds. Like, I'm not like, I'm actually working on me. I'm feeling unstoppable. I'm feeling more powerful. I'm not feeling scared anymore. Like, that is what it did for me. And it changed my life. It made me a better mom. It made me a better wife. It made me a better professional, business owner, human, friend, sister, daughter, everything. I'm telling you right now, if you work on yourself, you will have a new superpower. You will have a new superpower for real. What I know is this: when we work on ourselves, we feel better. And then we look for people like us. We look for people like that who are positive, who are working on themselves. Instead of, like I talk about, your circle matters, you start to look for people who want to become the next best version of themselves, just like you. And when you work on yourself, you then decide to strive for more. So I have a question. I'm going to be bold here. I'm going to say this. I'm going to share this. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to ask you to join me along this journey. What if, first of all, you might be saying, my life's too busy. I don't even know where to start. I can't do this. What if we actually used our social media time, the time we spend on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, whatever your social media of choice is? What if we use that time and instead we worked on us? We replaced that habit with plugging into, pushing play, or opening up a page to something that will feed our mind, our souls, our hearts, and make us better. I am going to be bold again and tell you that social media is not healthy. I know we share this podcast on social media, right? But too much social media, let me make that clear. Too much social media is unhealthy. In fact, last night on date night, my husband and I have date night every single night, every single week. Oh my gosh, every single night. That would be crazy. But we have it once a week, guaranteed, no matter what. We're going on 29 years of marriage, so make date night a priority. That's a whole other podcast. But we were talking about how social media is just kind of destroying people. It is. And we had this beautiful ocean view looking at the beach last night, and we looked down at this area of people sitting there, and everyone's heads were down and they were on their phones. There's a beautiful ocean in front of them, a beautiful sunset. probably someone beautiful that they're with sitting across from them, and they were looking at their phones. And my heart broke. I'm not joking. I've actually had tears thinking about it because I'm like, we are missing out on so much on being present and on the opportunity to become better, stronger, more successful, more healthier, mentally healthier humans. So again, that's a whole other podcast. And this is from a girl. This is coming from a girl who has been doing social media since day one. Like literally since the start of Facebook, the start of Instagram, whatever. A friend of mine would say, "Oh, you gotta get on this." I was like, "Okay." So yes, it has actually helped my career advance. It helped me meet new people, learn new things, but too much of it, not a good thing. So I want to encourage you and actually invite you to join me. And let's say you spend, 30 minutes, an hour a day on social media. I don't know. I talked to someone the other day who spent 32 hours in one day on social media. Yeah, I was like, what? But anyway, let's say we replace some of that time or all of that time and decided to invest in ourselves instead. So I'm going to just encourage you to use your time wisely because our most valuable asset is our time, right? We only have so much time on this planet. How are we using it? Hopefully we're not watching someone else's life. We're working on our own, right? Okay, don't get me started. It's because I love you and I care about you. And I know that when I spend too much time on social media, I am a different person. I'm a little bit grumpy. I'm a little bit on end. I don't realize how amazing my life is because I'm busy looking at someone else's. I'm going to actually now give you a list of what social media is doing for us versus personal development. I'm going to try to talk you into, I'm going to sell this to you. Does that sound good? I wasn't expecting to do this, but I feel like I'm doing a sales job here because I know social media won't get you to the next level, won't make you a better wife, mom, human, sister, friend, employee, business owner, anything. Okay. But when you work on you, you will become better. I promise. Like I said, I pretty much guarantee it. So, social media, here's some of the things that it does for me and for most people. Honestly, just scrolling that feed creates doubt, right? It creates fear. It creates anxiety, often depression and loneliness because we're comparing our lives, our everyday lives, to a curated picture, like curated feed, right? We're looking at everyone's highlight reel instead of knowing that everybody has the same stuff as us. I almost said that word, ish, as us. It's true. I know people who have the most beautiful feed who have a lot of crap going on in their life right now. But on the feed, it looks like it's all magical and joyful. So I just want you to know that right now. It is everyone's highlight reel, right? Social media also hurts our sleep. Have you ever gone on your phone right before bed and then you just can't sleep? It's just the wildest thing. It's not good. It decreases our productivity. Many times I have a huge to-do list for the day, and then all of a sudden I get stuck scrolling, and an hour goes by, and then I'm like, well, I don't have time for my list. This has happened to you too. Come on, admit it. You have to message me on social media and let me know. Or if you're watching this YouTube, let me know below, like what social media, like if it has interrupted your life and what it does for you on the negative side. There are some positives. I enjoy finding cute outfits, recipes, being inspired and motivated by someone that I look up to and I want to mirror and I want to, that's all good. Connecting with friends, it's great for that. But anyway, a lot of the things that are that Instagram or Facebook or even TikTok is showing us is not our choice, right? It's just popping up because of the algorithm. And so, which is always changing and it's not good for us. Okay, I don't want to lecture here. I want to actually let you know the facts. Social media, scrolling too much actually hurts our self-esteem. Like I said, it is curated stuff out there. It is unrealistic lies. And so we just feel like we're not worthy because of social media. It's crazy. Not good for our mental health and well-being at all. It actually increases our stress level as well, especially when we look at the feed and all the news feed and all of the negative stuff that is pushed to us. It is pushed to us on purpose, y'all, on purpose. Okay. Social media also shortens our attention span. Don't you feel like your attention span is shortened because it's a feed, scrolling feed? And then when something in real life is happening and it's in real time, I'm like, okay, can we get on with this? Like, this really happens. Oh my goodness, think of the kids who are addicted to social media. What is happening to their attention span? Oh my gosh. And as I'm saying this one, I'm actually sitting up straighter because social media hurts our posture. Phone neck. I don't want phone neck. It's not a good look, by the way. I don't want to look like that in public, and it is not good for our necks and our back. I mean, we are probably giving so much money to doctors because of that. But also, social media makes us feel isolated socially, right? When instead we could spend that time in person with real people having real connections. So, setting that aside, I had to give you all my reasons why we should replace social media with something else. And one of the things I recommend replacing that time with is spending that time working on you instead. Oh my gosh, goodness. I want you to feel more vibrant and alive. I want you to feel unstoppable. Cue Sia song Unstoppable right now. It's one of my go-to songs. You know that. But I'm going to give you the benefits of if you incorporated personal development every day, 30 minutes. That's it. 30 minutes a day. Then you will have increased self-awareness. That's a good thing. You will have new skills because when you listen to or read personal development, you are growing, you are learning, which is then going to in turn boost your self-esteem and your self-assurance. That is huge. That is so opposite of what social media does, right? It is going to increase your mental health. Like I said, you won't feel lonely. In fact, there's many book clubs out there, in person or online, that have personal development books, self-help books. And so you will have better mental health. You will not feel isolated. You won't feel lonely. You won't feel depressed because you're working on you. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about this and smiling. Where what I was talking about scrolling in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that, all of a sudden my shoulders went down. I felt sad because that is not what will boost us. Oh my goodness. So when you incorporate social media, when you incorporate personal development, oh my goodness, I'm getting really revved up here. You will have less stress. You will have less anxiety. You will have less depression. And you will have better emotional intelligence. But sign me up for that. You will have better communication skills, which then helps your interactions with people. It will help your relationships with people for sure. I know it because I live it. You will have greater resilience. Yes, you will learn new skills, like I said. And so when a setback or a challenge comes, you're able to face it. You're learning, you're growing, you're boosting your confidence, you're boosting your knowledge, you're feeling more alive, you're feeling stronger mentally. You're like, yes, I got this. I can do anything. I come away from a personal development podcast or Audible, and I'm like, yeah, bring it on. Let's go. And that's why I do it every single day. I've incorporated it into my life. It's basically like my workout. It's basically like my protein shake that I make. It's my water that I drink. It's the Bible study that I do every day. It is just part of my daily life. And so that is why I'm encouraging you to make it part of your daily life as well. Like the jazz hands are going up big time while I'm recording this, just so you know, because I'm such a firm believer in personal development. Personal development also will increase your productivity. Like I said, it will help you set goals. We shouldn't just set goals once a year, by the way, but January 1st, it should be like a weekly, monthly, even daily thing. And I know that personal development also helps you with your time management. Oh my goodness, it totally does. And what I love is personal development is basically like lifelong learning. Y'all, I've shared with you that my dad died recently of Alzheimer's dementia, and he just wasn't a lifelong learner. And I just feel like his mind wasn't active. He wasn't learning new things. He didn't have new ideas and all of that. And that is not good for our brains, right? Versus my mom, I've shared this with you before. Girlfriend reads, I call her girlfriend, and she's okay with it. Girlfriend reads like a book a week. She's part of a book club. I just joined one of her book clubs. And she reads the newspaper every day. She learns new things. Like she's very active, keeps her mind fresh. And her books are her personal development. Her book club is part of the way that she gets to talk about it with other people, which is beautiful. Another reason personal development is awesome is it's really good for our creativity. It's really good for our thinking, right? And it totally keeps us motivated. It keeps us having a positive attitude, right? It is just the absolute best thing ever. And so I really want to encourage you. Can you make time for this in your life? Okay, 20 to 30 minutes. If you're like, only 30 minutes is too long, I think of it as that's how long an episode on TV is. And we could binge like 4 of those a night. So I'm pretty sure we could all fit in 30 minutes a day of personal development. Can I get an amen? Please, let's go. So and so can I tell you how I did this in my life? I told you that I spend 11 minutes warming up on the treadmill each time I go to the gym. I don't know. My husband encouraged me to do it one day, and now I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And so that's part of it. But I definitely, if I go on a walk, I pop my AirPods in my ears. I open up my Audible or my podcast app or Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts. And I just hit play and I just listen away. I try not to make phone calls. I'm like, this is my time to grow and learn. And that's awesome. I also listen to my podcasts or audibles while I'm blow drying my hair, while I'm putting on my makeup. Oftentimes I listen while I'm driving my car. Road trips are a great time to listen to personal development books or podcasts. Oh my goodness. And it's really good to do with your partner, with your spouse, with your kids in the car, because then you can all learn together. Imagine a family that grows together like this through personal development. You're going to be unstoppable. Oh my goodness. And I know it. I know it because my kids listen to personal development as well. And they are thriving humans. That's what we want as moms, right? We want thriving humans. You want your family to be thriving. So why not do that? Instead of, break it up with some music. I love a good music playlist. I love a good road trip playlist, by the way. I have a really good one on Spotify if you want it. A lot of old school songs that are really fun to sing to, but we also mix it up with personal development. So here's something I know: no matter what has happened to you in your past, you have the power to develop yourself into the person you want to be, into the person you need to be, to the person you desire to be, and you deserve to be, so that you can attract and create the life you want and the life you deserve. This is true. I know it. So what I also know, I just know all this because I am not a know-it-all, by the way. Oh my goodness. But when I learn something and it's changed my life, I share it with friends and we're friends. Okay. I want you to grow. I want you to thrive. That's the purpose of this podcast. And when we fail to make time for personal development, we are then forced to make time for pain and struggle. Can I repeat that? When we fail to make time for personal development, for personal growth, that's what personal development is. It's personal growth. When we fail to make time for our own personal growth, we are then forced to make time for pain and struggle. Which do you want? Personal development will help you get over the struggle, to grow from it, to learn how to deal with it, and even pain, right? It is magical. It is truly, truly magical. And if you're wondering right now, like, well, okay, you've told me like that you fit it in every day. I'm busy. It's like you have to replace that social media time, one, with personal development, and have to just put it on your calendar. We're huge here at our house. It's just me and my husband now, but we are huge on putting it on our calendar. If it's not on our calendar, it doesn't happen, basically. So you probably schedule your workout, right? So when can you put in personal development? For me, like I said, I just kind of make it happen, like when I'm getting ready every day. That is something I do every day. I get ready every day, pop the AirPods in, let's go. I take a walk every day just because I like to. And so pop the AirPods in, let's go, let's learn. And also at the gym, if you're doing the stairs, if you're doing the Stairmaster, same thing, or the treadmill or the bike, whatever it is, make it happen. Okay, you just have to make it happen. But I want to just encourage you. What if you made personal development a habit? Habit that you create by starting today. If right now you're like, I don't want to, just try it. Try it every day for a week and notice changes. Notice how your mindset shifts. Maybe from negative to positive, right? Maybe from I can't do it to I can. Maybe just feeling unmotivated to motivated. Like that is what can happen when you plug into personal development daily, daily. And by the way, thank you for listening to this. I hope that this podcast, Lady Boss Unplugged, will become one of your favorite podcasts where you can feed your brain, where you can feed your heart, your soul, where you can feel unstoppable, where you can learn to develop better habits in your life so that you can, like I said, become the next best version of you. That's what can happen when you incorporate social media into your life. But schedule it for maybe you start small, right? And that's cool. Maybe you start with 10 minutes a day and then you go for 20 and then you go for 30 and then you're just addicted. I promise it is addicting. Also, I will tell you this, when I get off track, right? If I'm on vacation or on a business trip with my husband and I get off track with social media just because we're like super busy and our schedules are different, time zones are different and all that, a couple days in, like by the third day, I feel weird. I literally feel just like, what's going on? Like negative thoughts start to creep in and I start to just have like some self-doubt and I just feel different. And then I plug into personal development and I'm like, she's back, baby. So make this happen. Another form of personal development could also be a Bible study. Okay, because that is feeding your brain, your heart, your soul as well. So I just want to let you know that that counts for sure. But what I do know is that when you start to make this a habit, you will notice changes. You will not want to stop. And when you do stop, like I said, you will feel it. You will notice a little shift in your brain, in your attitude, and even your energy. So can you trust me on this? Can you make social media less a part of your life and personal development more of a part of your life? I would love for you to tell us wherever. Let us know. If you pop in and you do a little bit of your social media time, come on to our Lady Boss Instagram or Facebook and tell us how this has affected you, how you've enjoyed personal development, and maybe tell us what you're doing, like the book you're reading, the Audible you're listening to, the podcast that you're listening to, and just give yourself a pat on the back when you make this a habit. By the way, you got to celebrate all the wins. And so I would love to encourage you, just make this part of your life. Get rid of a little bit of the social media, maybe a lot of it, and then notice how much better you feel, the benefits you feel from personal development over negative things that social media is creating in our lives, in our personalities, in our energy, in our beliefs, in ourselves, and in the things that we do. Oh my goodness. So I adore you. Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. And I always say, my wish for you is that you do more of what makes you happy, that you are your healthiest, that you create better habits, that you become that healthiest version of you, that you live life fully, and that you remember every single day how powerful you are. All right. Thanks. See you and talk to you on the next episode.